Hey guys, Dev here of the Rogue Deck Chronicles, and this week I want to showcase a fun deck that has top 4 a recent tournament. It's an archetype that I've been really trying to figure out how to optimize over the last week or so, and it's Erika's Victreebel. Erika's Victreebel is a stage 2 grass Pokemon with 150 HP that has the Flower Garden Rando attack. So for a grass colorless, it does 40 times the number of Erika's Pokemon you have in play, and that means that with 6 Erika Pokemon in play, you can do up to 240 damage as the flat base damage calculator, which is really good in certain matchups. It is a grass type, so it does hit several darkness and several fighting Pokemon for weakness, but because it is a grass type Pokemon, it does also hit into metal for resistance, which does affect some of the matchups. And 240 is a number that can hit a majority of the meta for one-shot range, but it does fall short against several cards that are important. We're talking the stage 2 EXs, we're talking about Mega EXs that are not darkness type. So it's a damage number that if you can streamline your Erika's Victreebel back to back to back and force your opponent to really withstand 4 to 5 of them, then that's really where the impact of this deck really comes into play. But how do you get 6 Erika Pokemon in play? Well, with Erika's Tangela, with the Gathering of Blossoms ability. Once in your turn, you may use this ability, search your deck for Erika's Pokemon, reveal it, put in your hand, shuffle your deck. So, ideally you want to have 2 to 3 Erika's Tangela in play to really start filtering your deck out early game and getting your Erika Bellsprout to Victreebel line, and then just having the rest of your board being the Tangela to really just beef up your damage and get that. You can get multiple Victreebel and a full board by turn 2 very easily in this deck. Now, in terms of search, we have 3 Bug Catching Set, which allows us to look at the top 7 cards and grab a combination of grass and basic energy, and up to 2 for that, so that's a really good one. Buddy-Buddy Poffin allows us to just grab the Bellsprout and just put it onto the bench, so we don't have to waste the Tangela search on a Bellsprout. We also, since we are a grass deck, we take advantage of Forest of Vitality, be able to evolve a Bellsprout to Victreebel in 1 turn. In terms of recovery, our Ace spec is Max Fraud, which will allow us to pull 5 of any combination of Pokemon and basic energy into our hand. So this will allow us to recover an entire Victreebel line plus an energy. It would also allow us to kind of just re-establish a board potentially in the right moments. We also have 2 Night Stretcher just to pick a Pokemon or an energy from the discard pile and put it into our hand. Poké Pad, everything here is a non-Roblox Pokemon, so Poké Pad's a perfect search card for this. In terms of supporter line, 4 Lillies, that's our draw. We run 2 Arven, that's our search, which allows us to get our item-based search and also our tool cards. We have 2 Boss for Gust, and we have run 3 Crispin for energy acceleration. Because Victreebel is a 2 energy attacker, it is very important to try to get a Crispin early enough to where we're getting that half energy attachment tempo so we can streamline those Victreebels a little better. In terms of the tools, we talked about we have Arven, so we run 3 Brave Bangle to turn that 240 to 270, and then 1 Air Balloon. I added an Air Balloon to this list because I have ran into several instances where the Tangela just got stuck, and I don't want to waste 2 energy on the Tangela. So Air Balloon makes that free retreat, and I put in a hard switch just for cases where we want to switch out our Tangela if that gets stuck again. In terms of energy, 7 grass, 4 psychic. Obviously the other energy not being grass is for the Crispin. This energy can be your choice. It can be lightning, it can be darkness, it can be water. I picked Psychic because Victreebel's poison type. Psychic represents poison in my mind because I'm old school Gen 1 TCG. So that is the list. This list will be in the description of the video like always. So let's jump onto the ladder and see how we do. Okay, time for us to jump into a match here. We are going first. So let's just drop that Bellsprout. Opponent did mulligan. And we're running into a Cynthia's Garchomp, and they're weak to us. This is gonna be fun. So let's see, how can we handle Cynthia's Garchomp? We have to make sure that we just go fast enough. So we're going first, so we can just set up our board, do what we need to do here. We have all 3 of our Forest of Vitalities in play. So let's start this little cascading waterfall of gathering and blossoms here. So I want to have at least 3. I want to have the 3 Tangela, and that's because I want to be able to get just enough momentum with the Tangela outside of everything else to try to evolve the Bellsprout as quick as possible. So, like here, we'll Poké Pad for the last Bellsprout in the deck. We'll attach energy. And from here, I think we can't attack yet, but I think we're just going to pass, see what our opponent does on their first turn. And we have the Poké Pad, we have the Tangelas with Forest Vitalities, and we have the Bug Catching Set to get our potential second energy. So we could really set up at least 1 Victreebel, if not 2, this upcoming turn very easily. So let's see what they do. They Arven, so we know we're not going to see. Okay, so they're going to Badoo us, which is fine. That's why I like having the Tangela in play, because that allows us to just search our Pokemon without the items. And then we got the Crispin out of just pure, straight, just fortune. Just lack of better terms there. So let's... honestly, let's start getting everything set up here. Where we're going to drop the Forest so we can take advantage of some evolution shenanigans here. But what we want to do first and foremost is get the Victreebel evolution set up. I really wish there was a faster way to do this in the game, because there's a lot of just individual clicking one by one, and I can only imagine how our opponent's feeling with all the different individual searches we do with this deck. Okay. Okay, into the hand is going to be the Psychic, and that Grass attachment's going to go to that Weepinbell. And we are doing 240 turn 2 with an easy threat to whatever Garchomp she tries to throw out, because even if with either one of those Gibbles she Rare Candies up, we have this Weepinbell in the back ready to go. We have the Tangela. We can set everything up next turn. I'm not really worried. Weakness is an advantage for us in this match. We're being judged. That doesn't hurt as much as maybe being judged in other decks would be, purely because we have the Tangela engine. Alright, we got the Battle Cage, that's fine. They're kind of just stalling. The judge that are trying to dig and they just missed. So we can start getting everything put together. That's the beauty of this deck. Now, with the Crispins, we're able to cheat every once in a while in terms of just being that tempo. When I say cheat, I really do just mean energy tempo. I'm not trying to say we're cheating the game and trying to break the rules. It's just we're able to just be a half step faster than we need to do. So we got the Brave Bangle. Let's Arven. Let's see what we can get out of this Arven here. Grab Bug Catching Set. and actually we'll do a Brave Bangle. We'll get all the Brave Bangles out for our attackers potentially here. Grab some energy out of the deck. I want to get a second one just as a backup. And let's again pull more cards out. We're just thinning our deck out. That's really the whole base of this. Is what you want to do toward the end of the game is you just want to constantly just get your deck size to be where you're going to hit those supporters more efficiently. So deck thinning is deck winning. I heard that from another content creator way back in the day, and it makes so much sense, especially in a deck like this. As we are able to thin, we're able to do a lot of stuff that isn't supporter based and item based, which makes the Budu less worrisome. And then cards like that, like the reason why we kept the Switch in hand is just in case of shenanigans like that. So we will be able to just switch our way out, promote that, and there's the concession. So we were able to just put pressure. I wish our opponent was able to get a Garchomp out, because I really wanted to see us one-shot a Garchomp with a weight, but we were able to take advantage of our pace and the weakness to really just put pressure on our opponent and just do what this deck wants to do.
Okay, time for us to jump in. We are going first in this match. Okay, facing against a nice Mega Dragonite sleeves. Monkey Door. Cool. Could be anything. It can be anything. But what we're going to do is we are going to Buddy-Buddy. Grab 2 Bellsprout. Let's grab some more pieces here. So we're going to grab a Tangela. Tangela. That way we can get a lot of moving pieces. I think 3 is a really good number for this deck. You don't need to get 4. I think if you get 3, you're good to go. Grab this last Bellsprout. And we want to do an attachment for turn. So we'll do the Bellsprout on the bench, and we'll end our turn. Really good position generally here, where we can Arven for a switching card, and basically the only thing we'll have to really try to accomplish this upcoming turn is to get a Forest Vitality to try to get the evolutions right away. Because we really don't want our opponent to really be able to build too quickly. Precious Trolley. Okay, so that changes some things here. So they trolley without getting a tool card. So they really just got the Arven so they can get the trolley. So now we'll have a better idea of what we're playing against. Because this Monkey Dory could really just mean anything. All we know is there's at least darkness energy in this deck. So we'll see what this trolley pulls out, because that can shape how we kind of focus our next turn. Our opponent is taking their time to figure out what they want. So we're seeing, okay, so we're seeing this is Absol Box. This is Absol Box, which is great because Absol's weak to grass. We don't have to extend as hard as we normally would. Now the Mega Kangaskhan we cannot one-shot. We could definitely two-shot that. So, not necessarily the worst in the world for us here. This matchup is actually very kind to us, I think. Turbo Energize. So they're going to be able to rapid fire combo next turn, which is fine. We'll see what we get off the top deck and kind of see how we want to frame our turn here. Because worst case scenario, we're just going to get a whole bunch of Weepinbells into play. And then kind of play a little slower. Putting it... Okay, so we're going to have to play a little conservatively, which I think that we can. And a weird piece of this is, hear me out, because of the Absol being charged up, and they want to play more of the disruption route for this match, we're going to have to purposely play our hand down and rely on our acceleration on the board and kind of just be aggressive from a negative situation, I guess, for lack of better terms here. So what we can do is just with Crispin to kind of get tempo here. So I just want to kind of just try to build up 1.5 attackers here in the turn. So what we did, we have a blatant Weepinbell that is just an evolution away from attacking and really doing a lot of pressure and kind of baiting out a boss maybe onto that Weepinbell, and we can do the other Weepinbell because we're just an energy away. So it's going to be intriguing on what they get off this Pokégear, because I think they're trying to look for that boss. There's the boss. So with that really being a case, why did they just discard? Okay, there's Iona. Okay, not the worst thing in the world. If they, since Iona, we're not getting bossed. We have the Forest, which doesn't really matter as much since we have Weepinbells in play. We got the Arven, so we can get a switching card and really start putting some pressure onto our opponent. Honestly, if we could get a boss, I would love to take 3 prizes. They're going to clutch. They're going to prevent the retreat. But Arven, we can get a switch. So, nope, Turbo Energize, even more intriguing. So they're going to try to set up their Kangaskhan. They're going to set up their Absol. Yep, so the Kangaskhan is set up. We need to kind of try to cheat some prizes in our favor. So what we will do, very simply, is start building up attackers. So now we're just like, one Crispin can really just turn this out of nothing, which would be next turn. Because what we want to do is we're going to just evolve all these Victreebels up, get them to where we can really put pressure onto our opponent just by having just a solid board state. It's not the most perfect board state by any means, like let's acknowledge that, but it's solid. So we'll just have 2 different Victreebel, 1 energy away for being able to do that. We're going to grab the Arven. I want to grab grab a switch and an air balloon. So I want to be able to just kind of just be able to have some flexibility later.
And let's do 240. Let's get a prize. And this actually doesn't hurt our prize mapping really, because with this prize we can take out a Absol and we can take out a Petron or a Latios, and that's our route instead of having to go through 2 megas. Watchtower, that doesn't do anything for us. It does turn off Run Air, which is weird that they didn't order of operations for them. But they are going to knock out this Victreebel. And we have 2 other Victreebel we could kind of put together. What we need to do is find our Stretcher and start trying to put the Victreebel back into play. Or the Bellsprout line back in play to kind of help with our math. But the math doesn't really matter, per se, unless we're trying to aim for the Latias or the Petron. That's when those 2 would matter. Because of Absol's weakness, we're not as concerned. There's another Kangaskhan. So they're really going to try to make us go through a lot of the megas. Ice cream cone. Okay. So they're going to try to make us 3 shots instead of 2 shots. Really what this is telling me. There's rapid fire combo. Oh geez, 4 heads on that. Good job. Good job, opponent. Too bad it was all for 1 prize. So they're taking the 1 prize. We're gonna just start putting some pressure. We have the Crispin, so we can definitely get this Victreebel up and running. Let's Poké Pad, see what we can grab here. Yeah, we're just a Bellsprout piece. There's actually the actual Bellsprout away. I don't know why they would put the Rocket Watchtower in play. I really don't. But let's just get a Victreebel powered up. And then we'll do the 230. We're short regardless. Like the Kangaskhan is a 2-shot regardless. So not having that open bench slot does kind of suck that we're not able to kind of get another one lined up. If we can get our Stretcher, that really turns this back on, which is great. I see them putting an attachment onto the Monkey Dory, pushing that 30 over. Yep. You see the ice cream cone, but I'm going to probably get play that removed 80, which doesn't fix their math by any means. But that minus a 30, that's 110 damage that they're removing this turn. So we'll see what they do here. Putting onto the other Victreebel, knowing that they have the KO and the active Victreebel. So we have to do 160 next turn, which is doable. They have to have a second ice cream cone to really make it like backbreaking. Or they can just put a charm on and really make it backbreaking. Because now we have to do what? 240, which is getting all the pieces back into play, which I don't know if we can unless we get like a Lillie. Because we have to use both our Stretchers. they're just gonna retreat away, which is interesting. The kind of the running away piece is very interesting. Instead of KOing us, they're doing that, which is a very interesting kind of strategy. They're going to give us 2 prizes. Which I'll take. I really don't have a hand that I'm okay with. But we're going to take the 2 prizes. Hopefully one of these is one of the prize Bellsprout. Is the prize Bellsprout. That would be great if we pulled that. A prize Tangela is not horrible. It's damage. It's a damage that we can put 40 more damage onto our board here. But I don't know why they did that. Because if we KO, say we rip boss for 8, right? Interesting decision that our opponent just gave us the prizes like that. I mean, I may have walked into a trap with 3 prizes, I don't know. Not sure what they were trying to accomplish there. I'm just trying to see, are they trying to put a second Monkey Dory down, energy, ice cream cone, and get rid of all their damage, which would be backbreaking by all means. But rapid fire combo, it's a KO regardless. So let's see, what do we do this turn here? A Psychic Energy. This is 200. We're 60 shy, which means we would have needed Bellsprout and we would have needed the Brave Bangle. So what we can do, I guess, is get a... Sounds so weird. You know what I want to do? It's going to seem interesting, but it's better than nothing. I'm just going to pull the last card out of the deck that we can search out. Again, the whole idea of deck thinning a little bit. We're going to do 200 to this Kangaskhan. Kind of force our opponent to run away and see what they do. We have that Tangela that's there. I mean, we're still 10 shy, but if we paralyze, that could be a thing. We're just not getting the Night Stretcher. We're not really getting any of our draw supporters to really try to dig a little bit. Really, the most backbreaking of this is like getting that Night Stretcher. We would have been able to do something, but right now we can kind of just feed a couple Tangela for now to try to see what we can do. We can get very fortunate on the coin flip next turn, potentially. So, okay. There goes the 3 Tangela we are the 3 Victreebel we got set up. Kind of, again, Night Stretcher's in the deck, Bellsprout's prize. We're kind of just a half a piece away from really doing a lot. Like, the weird part is, just like, I'm just trying to pull cards out. This feels awful. How many of our Crispin have we used? We've used 2 of our 3 Crispin. Like, there's still combinations in play that can exist. So we'll do Bind. Just hope for the paralysis. get 1 turn paralysis, so we can try something. This Tangela is gonna go away. We're just seeing them just kind of chip away prizes in very kind of like frustrating ways, I guess, for lack of better terms. Prevent all effects, so can't be paralyzed anymore. So we really kind of need to hope for a way to get a Victreebel just turn away from being set up this turn. And I think that is, this match kind of shows like the cap that this deck can do. Like the 270 is great. It doesn't do well in a Mega format. We haven't been able to kind of chase this Mega Absol, which if we would have been able to just pull one of our 2 bosses, we could have been, this could have been over a while ago kind of deal. Interesting choice on the Absol there. I'm just kind of curious on what they're doing. Other than they're attacking to get rid of the paralysis, that makes sense. So they kind of just did all that to get rid of the paralysis. So I don't even know if we can really do enough to really put pressure on that Kangaskhan. Arven. So let's max rod with the Brave Bangle here. We're gonna max rod the Bellsprout. I think we're gonna max rod. Yeah, so we're gonna max rod 2 Bellsprouts and a Tangela, which will help us re-establish our damage calculation with the Victreebel here. Let's get both of these Victreebel. Oh, wait, they have 1 prize. I'm doing all this knowing they have 1 prize. I can't really do much, so that is the best I could have done. Pulling that max rod, pulling that Arven, we were legitimately like 1.5 turns behind the entire game. We couldn't really hit a whole bunch of like a good bit of rhythm and tempo against this big beefy Kangaskhan. So our opponent did a really good job at just outlasting single prizes by kind of cheap, but using the Monkey Dory and our lack of damage, like our damage cap is 270, just using that against us. So it's a fun deck. I like this. I love the idea of Erika's Victreebel. It just has a hard cap of 270 in the current format. And with these Mega EXs at 300 plus, these Stage 2 EXs at 300 plus, this deck definitely has the ceiling. It does hit, at least it does hit Cynthia's Garchomp for weakness, hits Enzora for weakness, it hits Mega Absol for weakness. So it does hit certain things for weakness, but it also hits like Golden Go for resistance. It hits Archaludon for resistance. It can't one-shot Mega Kangaskhan. It can't one-shot Dracopult and Mega Gardevoir and Gardevoir. Like, it just isn't very, it doesn't have a good place in the meta, but it's a fun deck to play. This is a deck I definitely would bring to League and kind of just have some fun with friends or at a cup or in a challenge, and hopefully if I know a lot of Zoroark showing up, that's my choice. But let me know what you guys think about the deck. Definitely give us your thoughts in the comments. I love the deck in theory. It just doesn't do well enough against the meta and against the ladder here. So it's just one of those, I wish it could do more type of decks. But thank you everyone for making it this far into the video. Just double check if you have subscribed or liked the video. And again, in the comments, let us know how you feel about it. Every set has a deck like this, and this is definitely a deck I wish did more. But have fun, guys. As always, have fun playing those sneaky decks.